No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Once again, everybody, you know what it is. The hottest day of the week. Hot Tuesday and Cinco de Mayo takeover. Hot off the press with your boy
International.
G and your main man.
Big Haas. Positive
With the
energy always creates elevation. Positive energy always creates elevation.
what that means peace, my brothers and sisters, brothers from another mother, and all the other. Yeah, this the Cinco de Mayo takeover. Hot off the press. Got a lot of info for you tonight, but I'm telling you, we taking over Migo Day. Migo, that's our shit. Come on. Yeah. Right.
Not Migo.
Yeah. Yeah, whoever Migo out today.
Y'all, he ain't prepped me before that. Now, I ain't know nothing about that.
Cinco de Mayo.
I don't know nothing about that.
Take
To all my
over.
Spanish brothers,
Blah.
to all my brown brothers that ain't got the right to vote just like me.
Right on. Come over the wall, y'all.
Damn right.
War,
We in the war, brown brother. Just found out you ain't shit either. Boy, I know they mad, boy.
Oh shit. Tonight we got a hell of a show. Tonight, a lot of information. We're gonna get a lot of shit covered. So we're gonna jump on into it right there. You know what it is, a tribal funk power move, hot off the press, right? The only opinion that matters, International G, Big Haas, and my man Asar LaCrush. Peace wherever you at tonight, listening somewhere from afar. Yeah, he's on location, getting some good facts. You know what it is, the only opinion that matters. Hot off the press. And we're going to jump into the news tonight. We're going to jump right into this right here. Everybody jump straight into it.
Students at South Carolina State University are pushing back against this year's graduation speaker.
Controversy is growing.
This is viral all over on social media.
Students are calling for Evan to be removed as her keynote graduation speaker due to her support for President Trump. Evan says she will never bend a knee to the woke radicals.
I won't back down on this. What we saw with hundreds of people coming together, yelling and chanting, is a mob.
I must be doing something right because woke mobs are coming after me for being a champion of eliminating radical DEI scams on
Damn
college
fool.
campuses. So bring it on.
So down here in the Carolinas, there's been a huge uproar over the potential commencement speaker who was going to speak at South Carolina State. For those of you who do not know, South Carolina State is a HBCU located in Orangeburg, South Carolina. They were going to have Pamela Evitt, the current lieutenant governor in the state of South Carolina, who's also running for governor in South Carolina. And her potential commencement address, her announcement to be the commencement speaker, it stirred up all the young radicals on the South Carolina State campus. They could not fathom having a Trump Republican come and speak to them. They could not fathom the thought of having an alternative voice come and speak to them. How dare the administration have a white supremacist come and speak to them on campus? How dare they have somebody who is pro-life and against DEI come and speak to the black students at South Carolina State University?
I'm gonna stop it there because
Yeah, let's discuss that.
yeah, like I said, we got a big show tonight, and yeah, discussions on this right here, and yeah, man, that's how they doing it.
Yeah, it's the same old plant the motherfucker up in the scene, shake the shit up, find out who's radical, then they gonna attack them. Simple as that.
Right.
Ain't nothing changed. But what we finding out, and everybody finding out, is it don't matter what color you are, they're attacking all races. You know, this is about humanity against whatever forces these are. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter if she came there or not. That the shit politics is over in this country. I can tell you that right now. Ain't nobody, they don't trust nothing. The government is done, politicians done, the young people on Hey, baby, Generation X on down really ain't feeling this shit. It's simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I mean, you are absolutely 100% correct. No trust in in this country, nowhere. I posted today, man, on my personal account, man. I just did. I'm gonna pull it up, but I'm not gonna show. I'm just gonna read it what I had posted on my personal account today. And I just posted this. I said Clinton files, the Wiener files, Epstein files, COVID cover up, cancer cure cover up, truth about the small hats, truth about the Federal Reserve, truth about child trafficking. You got all these truths just running around here right now and ain't nobody doing shit.
Nope.
Everybody still sitting on their ass and just
Sitting on their
watching TV.
motherfucking ass. Come on, bro. Say it again. Say it again.
Sitting on their ass, waiting on something, talking about the next person.
Yeah. Don't know death right behind their ass.
You know better than Al Sharpton, motherfuckers. You let those people just keep on damn telling you and shit what to do, what not to do, punch a clock, don't punch a clock, scared to damn do things on you, just go for self. The saying is, go for self or die a slave. Facts. With that being said, I'm gonna go on to the next, man, because y'all ain't woke up yet. We got we got a lot of damn stuff for y'all tonight, man. This is a special show tonight, man. We got some shit for y'all tonight. Real.
Oh, yeah.
Check this next one out right here. Next news.
Advocates for the unhoused community gathered on the steps of San Francisco City Hall today to protest two new laws.
One allows the mayor to relocate housing funds and a ban on RVs from parking overnight.
Millions of Americans are closer to homelessness than they've ever been, and most don't even realize it yet. One missed rent payment, one emergency, one bad month. That's all it takes to lose everything. This isn't just about poverty anymore. This is about the middle class quietly collapsing in real time. Across the United States, the housing crisis has reached a critical turning point. Nearly half of all renters are now considered cost-burdened, meaning they spend more than 30% of their income on housing. That translates to roughly 22 to 23 million households living under constant financial pressure just to keep a roof over their heads. But the real problem is not just the percentage, it is what that number leaves behind. After paying rent, many families are left choosing between food, healthcare, transportation, and basic survival needs. This creates a fragile financial existence where even a small disruption, a car repair, reduced work hours, or an unexpected bill can immediately destabilize everything. For millions of households, there is simply no savings buffer. Studies consistently show that a large portion of Americans have less than $500 in emergency savings. That is not enough to cover even 1 month of rent in most cities. The problem is no longer isolated to low-income households. Rent prices have outpaced wage growth for years, pulling even moderate income earners into cost-burdened territory. What was once considered a safe income level is no longer enough to maintain housing stability. A household earning a decent salary can find itself stretched thin after rent is paid. Everyday purchases become calculated decisions, and saving for the future feels nearly impossible when housing consumes so much. This is why the phrase "one rent payment away from homelessness" is not an exaggeration. It is a reality for millions. When nearly half the renting population is pushed this far, it signals something deeper. The system itself is no longer functioning as a safety net. While millions of renters are struggling to keep up, a large portion are already in what experts describe as severe cost burden. These are households spending more than 50% of their income on rent alone, and there are more than 12 million of them across the country. At this level, financial survival becomes extremely difficult to maintain on a daily basis. When more than half of your income goes directly to housing, the rest of your life gets squeezed into what remains. Essential expenses like groceries, utilities, gas, childcare, and insurance must all fit into a fraction of each paycheck, and often, they simply cannot. This forces people into dangerous financial decisions, such as skipping medical care, falling behind on bills, or relying on high-interest credit cards just to get through the month. What makes this group especially vulnerable is their complete lack of financial flexibility. Unlike households that can adjust spending in small ways, these individuals are already at the absolute limit. There is no room for error. One missed paycheck, one illness, or one unexpected expense can push them immediately into missed rent and eviction risk. Many of these households are also carrying existing debt, meaning they are not just living paycheck to paycheck. They are living paycheck to past due balances. This creates a cycle that becomes increasingly difficult to escape over time. The reality is that these
You already know
risk.
what it is.
They are already on the edge of losing their housing. They represent the front line of a crisis that is not approaching from a distance. It is already here, and it is already unfolding. Evictions are no longer rare or isolated events in the United States. They are happening at a scale that reflects a national emergency. In recent data, the country recorded more than 1.2 million eviction filings in a single year, showing that millions of people are actively being pushed out of their homes and towards serious housing instability with few options to recover.
All right. Now, what
And
do?
and you know they came up with another bill where if you got a car older than 2001, they putting the new corn gas. They're making gas more what they call ethanol. What they call it, man? I think
No,
that's ethanol or something. They add
ethanol.
more
Yeah,
ethanol
ethanol.
to the
Yeah.
gas to destroy your engine. So because it's basically scraping the goddamn engine, man. So this is crazy out here, man. They setting your ass up for the okie doke.
What's going on with the
I
thing?
don't know. It stopped showing on the. I don't know what's going on with it. There it is.
Yeah, but what's going? That's another thing though. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know what's
That's
going on
crazy.
with it. Yeah, on that other vehicle. I don't
Man.
Oh man, this is crazy as everything.
I can't. Cause I can't even pull the chat up, man. That's the thing. I don't like. I was looking for the chat. I can't even pull it up.
Oh, you can't pull it up.
Nah.
What are they doing?
Fuck, I go to next. Yeah, but man, if y'all eye to see, which is your third eye, you gotta have some sense what's going on, man. I mean,
And
the media ain't showing you everything, man.
No, just like they don't show them everything to be going on in other countries. Show them what they want to see.
Yeah.
See Africa like they got dirt roads and like they was in the damn 1800s or something back there.
And we outnumber these people, man. That's why it shouldn't be no billionaires on the planet. You know what I'm saying? I hope you got that other video I showed you where
I got all of them. But let's see.
Oh boy, some thing tonight. Cause we gonna tell y'all tonight why they here. All these people team up to come over here to take our land to make sure we don't eat at all. Okay, but they feed their families and coming over here becoming billionaires, man. Millionaires right in your neighborhood.
All right, we're gonna share the next video. We're just going down. I'm going down the videos. Hey, we got them tonight. Fire.
Look at that shit, man. They with y'all too.
right, I'm gonna go and proceed to the next one. The White Slave Act.
Yep, 1904. The Mann Act.
Yep. That's what P. Diddy got charged with.
Yeah, and look, and guess what they were doing? They were bringing them over here on them steamships, the so-called slave ships. That's what they were doing. They were bringing them in the droves, and they brought these people in to replace your citizenship. They basically replaced you with these clones and these people that was coming here. And no, hey, I don't knock nobody, but hey, like they say today, do it the right way. And these people ain't do it the right way. All right,
Exactly.
They come over here and
do it the right way.
and that's why the shit crumbling down.
Yeah, I don't care what you do. You come do it right. Knock on the door. Say, look, man, I ain't got nowhere to go. You think I can, crash right there on your floor somewhere? You know, I make my own shit. Teach me how to fish.
Yeah.
Eat.
Yeah.
Shit. That motherfucker, hey, shit. Hey.
Hey, but like I said, they got it. They learned from our cousins that did us dirty. So basically, that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, look at all the names with the IAN. Somebody had to go across the world and give these people all these names. All right, so they obviously they didn't have the power that they did. Okay, so you come across Khan and you come across all these names. They were indentured servants. Basically, they was under our rulership. And what we did, we messed up. And so they mad. They basically saying, we're going to treat y'all how us. Okay, it's over with now. So you don't went but so far that you can go. Now your empire is crumbling because you don't have the knowledge to go that far because you was taught. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to evolve, and humanity's not going to evolve until y'all stop this racism. But y'all still doing it. And that's why your numbers getting low, because you're cursing yourself, man, basically.
Right. Hey, you know what? And remind me to tell you something. I figured it out. I figured it out. Just remind me, and I'm going to share with the world what I figured out. It's a changing moment, and it's a shift. A mind shift. Once I tell you, your mind is going to be shifted. Telling you there, something powerful. It's powerful. Hey, remind me to tell you. Remind me that.
No doubt.
But
no doubt.
let's talk about that. Let's talk. Yeah. Oh yeah, because I got it wrote down and I got it up here, and I'm gonna show you. Yes, living proof. I got it. But let's go on to the next video. Teach y'all something tonight. We're going to teach y'all ass something tonight. Y'all going to learn something tonight. Yeah, you're going to learn something tonight.
Which ethnic groups are the wealthiest in the U.S.? 10. Macedonians. Median income, $91,852. Population, 70,000. Top earner, Marian Illich. $4 billion. Macedonian Americans mostly live in New York. There's another large community in Detroit. Their homeland of North Macedonia used to be part of Yugoslavia. In 1960, Yugoslavia allowed people to immigrate. Most Macedonian Americans are from that first wave. 9. Lebanese. Median income, $92,697. Population, 482,000. Top earner, Tom Gores, $6 billion. Over 40% of all Lebanese Americans live in Dearborn, Michigan. Even more live in the Metro Detroit area. Lebanese Americans have been prominent in American politics. They've traditionally been involved in social activism. Most Lebanese Americans are Druze and Christian.
You see that Eastern Star?
Chinese.
Eastern Star.
Income, $93,007. Population 5,238,000. Top earner Gerald Chan, $2 billion. Chinese immigrants brought many of their values with them. These have continued to influence later generations. One such value is the Confucian respect for elders. Another is education and respect for civil service. This has made Chinese Americans very upwardly mobile. 7. South Africans. Median income $94,159. Population 123,000. Top earner Elon Musk, $219 billion. Most South Africans in the U.S. are white. They are also predominantly native English speakers. There are very few South African communities in the U.S. Most South Africans live individually as Americans. 6. Iranians. Median income $96,056. Population 470,000. Top earner Piero Midyar, $13.1 billion. Iranian Americans are generally the best educated. They have historically excelled in business, academia, and science. Many have become doctors, engineers, lawyers, and tech entrepreneurs. Most of them emigrated to the U.S. after the 1979 Islamic Revolution. 5. Sri Lankans. Median income $96,790. Population 50,000. Top earner Shamath Palihapitiya, $1.2 billion. Most Sri Lankans live in New York and New Jersey. An area of Staten Island is known as Little Sri Lanka. Sri Lankan Americans are generally well educated and affluent. 4. Pakistanis. Median income $100,730. Population 555,000. Top earner Shahid Rafiq Khan, $12 billion. Most Pakistani Americans are upper middle class. A lot of them own franchise businesses. They typically hire members of their extended families. This increases the overall wealth of the community. 3. Filipinos. Median income $101,157. Population 4,400,000. Top earner Bobby Murphy, $2.5 billion. Filipino Americans have a very high rate of homeownership. 18% of Filipino American households are in the top 10% by wealth. Almost half of Filipino Americans hold managerial jobs. The community also produces a lot of physicians and nurses. 2. Taiwanese. Medium income $119,022. Population 195,000 to 900,000. Top earner Jensen Huang, $43.3 billion. Taiwanese Americans are often lumped in with Chinese Americans. This explains the discrepancy in population numbers. Most Taiwanese live in New York, California, and Texas. Taiwanese culture places a high value on education. Most Taiwanese Americans are white-collar professionals. 1. Indians. Median income $141,906. Population 4,400,000. Top earner Jay Chaudhry, $9.3 billion. Indian Americans always come out on top in U.S. Census statistics. It's the most successful and highest earning group. This is likely the result of brain drain. The brightest people immigrate in search of opportunities.
Yeah,
around 6% of all physicians in the U.S. are of Indian descent.
Hey, so you see that, right? This is what we had to deal with and you see their community didn't get attacked. All right, we had Black Wall Street, we had all our little black towns. They flooded them up, they did all that, and they brought all these people here and saying they give them a chance. Now we can't even get reparations. We getting attacked, we getting stacked in jails, we doing all kinds of attacking our community, and they making money off of it, all of them. And it's sad, man. And we can't even stick together to shake this shit off. Because we so busy fighting in our own household and expand throughout the community, man. Because nobody want to hear the truth.
They put the gas on our community. They put that gas on that motherfucker, boy. I'm talking about that gas for real.
Yes, sir.
They drop a match.
Yes, yep. And it's still burning.
For real. Hell yeah. Yeah, we're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep it rolling. Shit. Hey, ain't no need of stopping. Shit. Look at here. There go your boy.
I, and state your name, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Boy, you got MAGA against him. He done. He cooked chicken, man. I hate to tell you about this boy, man.
Everybody hates Trump.
Everybody. I ain't never seen nothing like this before. This is crazy, bro.
Everybody
I mean, the
hates
whole
Trump.
freaking crowd, man. I ain't never seen no shit like this ever.
Everybody hate Trump. God almighty.
Yeah, they hate because their pockets getting hit. God damn it, mother can't feed their family. And they get kicked out of their houses. Man, look, man, this shit is out of control. But look, what you think gonna happen? They gave y'all a chance to make money, and now y'all time is up. It's time to give us our empire back. The meek shall inherit the earth. Okay, that's all it means.
Exactly.
The world ain't gonna end. The world that y'all see ending. That's all.
But these motherfuckers ain't ready to take charge or nothing. You dig what I'm saying? They still hucking and bucking and dancing. They still break dancing.
Because they don't have no knowledge of themselves, man. They don't do no history.
I say read a
people
book,
like us come around. Man, what book? Nigga look at you like crazy. And when a nigga in survival mode all the time, he ain't gonna think about no book because he thinking about how he gonna eat the next day. So a person like that is not gonna be progressive, man. And they want to keep you in that mind state. So that's why we come over here and do this. So we can show y'all some kind of beacon of light that, look, we some educated people too. We just ain't applying it. You know what I'm saying? We trying to apply it to their community instead of investing in our fucking self. But we too busy hating on each other and still getting up to go to work for these motherfuckers that ain't giving us nothing. You don't own shit. You don't own your house. You can buy a piece of land, put an RV on there, but they still want to tax your ass for that shit too. Okay? So these niggas is the lazy niggas, okay? Y'all gotta understand that. These the lazy motherfuckers. You ain't lazy, nigga.
Don't nobody want to come together. Don't nobody want to come together to do nothing.
They too busy competing, nigga.
That's it. Competing. Motherfucker, we said progressions can't be made if you're separate forever.
There you go.
Q-Tip said that shit back in 90. Back in 1990, he said that shit. Progressions can't be made if we're separate forever.
That's why we say tribe. Exactly why we say
tribal funk. We tribal funk. They tribe called Quest. Now y'all niggas see what this shit is now. Y'all don't, tribal funk forever, niggas.
Yeah, that's what it means. That's the tribe. That means everybody got their own specialty, and we come together for one common cause for survival and bang on this devil. Okay, because we got to stick together like Ninja Turtles right now, nigga. This shit ain't getting no sweet, and that's why we tell y'all stay out the way. They want to hang niggas. They want to take shit back to slavery days, and we ain't going for that shit, man. Y'all YNs, all y'all motherfuckers still out here shooting each other. I told y'all in our first show, we gonna start kidnapping y'all little motherfucker. And if you don't, we take you to and reform your ass. If you don't tighten up, we gonna put a bullet in your motherfucking head, nigga. We tired of y'all stupid motherfuckers, man.
Ain't no good.
Y'all the one fucking up. And your niggas steady doing this stupid shit, trying to keep this old shit going on. Nigga, y'all better wake the fuck up. They done cut your snap. They done cut every motherfucking thing. They trying to push your ass in the motherfucking woods, nigga. So it's best to go in the woods and get on some guerrilla warfare shit.
Look at it like this right here. Look at it like this right here. Either push them in the woods or push them to be a motherfucking man and stand up.
Exactly.
Can't get paid this earth this big, you worthless kid. You don't deserve to live.
Exactly. That don't mean you go out here and rob your people. Go rob a motherfucker that's sitting on a motherfucking $1 billion or got a company where they got insurance and they never run out of money. Y'all robbing them motherfuckers, man. But your community should be sacred, nigga. Y'all niggas still out here having black on black crime.
This is what they do. 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 They brainwash them. They brainwash them motherfuckers to get in these groups, Black Lives Matter, shit like that. Shit happen. They get them to help their own motherfucking community, and then what happened? All the jobs gone. I'm gonna show you what motherfucking happened. I'm gonna show you what's happened. I'm gonna show you an example of what's gonna happen, or what happened. I'm gonna show you an example of what's happened, city by motherfucking city, cause you young ass motherfuckers listen to this dumb ass shit out here instead of listening to fucking us. God damn it. That's what the fuck. This is what's happening now, all around, and get ready to come to a town, motherfucker, near you.
Several years. Nike's community factory store on Northeast MLK Jr. Boulevard had operated since 1984, nearly 4 decades. And by late 2022, it had recorded 276 shoplifting reports in a single year. Nike sent a letter to the mayor citing deteriorating public safety conditions, closed the store, and by September 2023 confirmed the closure was permanent. March 24th, 2023 brought a harder blow. Both of Portland's Walmart locations shut down on the same day, the Hayden Meadows store and the Eastport Plaza store, putting 580 employees out of work. That October, 3 Target stores followed: the downtown Portland Galleria location, the Southeast Powell store, and the Hollywood District location, all closed simultaneously. Target named shoplifting an organized retail crime explicitly in its public statements, part of a 9-store closure wave nationally where Portland represented a disproportionate share. REI announced in April 2023 that its Pearl District location, open for 20 years, would close. The company had logged its highest rate of break-ins in 2 decades and spent over $800,000 on additional security in 2022 alone, including one stretch where 3 break-ins hit in a single week, one of them involving a vehicle driven through the front doors on Black Friday. REI officially closed on February 1st, 2024, and relocated to Beaverton. That same year, U.S. Bank announced it would not renew its lease at the U.S. Bancorp Tower, the pink granite skyscraper known as Big Pink that defines Portland's skyline. U.S. Bank had anchored that building since 1983, and hundreds of its employees relocated to Northeast Portland and Gresham once the decision became final. Into 2025 and 2026, the departures kept coming. Wells Fargo announced plans to exit Portland, Hillsborough, and Salem as part of a consolidation from 150 operating areas down to 13 hub cities. Starbucks shuttered at least 5 or 6 Portland locations in September 2025 alone. Nordstrom Rack closed its downtown location on January 31st, 2026. And here is the detail worth sitting with. Nordstrom Rack was opening 22 new locations around the country in 2025, expanding nationally and closing in Portland specifically. March 5th, 2026 brought the closure of the CVS Pharmacy on Southwest Broadway, directly across from Pioneer Courthouse Square. CVS cited local market dynamics and community store density in its official statement, and a store employee told Katu News that shoplifting played a role as well. Pioneer Courthouse Square itself used to anchor Portland's retail life. Pioneer Place Mall once held roughly 100 stores, now holds approximately 20, and has been described in press coverage as a dead mall. J. Crew left in January 2023. Forever 21 exited in May 2025 during its national bankruptcy. Nordstrom Rack closed in January 2026. Lloyd Center Mall, another Portland institution, has been confirmed for full demolition and redevelopment. What happened to the buildings themselves completes the picture of how severe the damage has become. Big Pink sold in July 2025 for $45 million, and that number only means something when placed next to its 2015 sale price of $372 million, an 88% decline in value over 10 years. The Pac West Center sold in October 2025 for $55.7 million, down from $170 million in 2016, a 67% decline. Montgomery Park sold in August 2024 for $33 million, down from $255 million in 2019, an 87.
You see where it's going. You see where it's going. You see where it's going.
Oh yeah, it's gonna trickle down, of course.
That's the type of shit that happens. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that happens. They get you to destroy your own community, then you start destroying shit, and then you get them those what smash and grabs is what they call them and shit. You know what I mean?
And then the small hats come in and buy your shit up, and they sell it to somebody else. That same video we showed you before that, because it's a game, man. It's how they redline your neighborhood, and that's what's going on with this country right here. They paying paid actors, man. That's what the fuck going on. That's why I say we need to stop focusing on that bullshit. We need to focus on our community. And like I said, niggas getting out of line, we need to take care of our own so we can start keeping our numbers out of the jail and we have more numbers. But long as people going back and forth to jail, that's modern day slavery. Nigga, they make money off that shit. You just got to get smarter, nigga. If you ain't got no daddy or no mama, motherfucker, go. If you got to go to church, anybody that treat you good, follow them motherfuckers, man. They ain't touching on you. They ain't trying to help you. Follow it. I don't give a damn how much it hurt. But what I'm telling you is this ain't no time to be around no negative motherfuckers. Okay? Because we going into spiritual warfare. Yeah, and we going into another frequency, nigga. And we coming into a war. If you ain't prepared mentally, your ass gonna die. This niggas out here hearing voices in their head telling them to kill people and do this and do that. You gotta tap into your energy, nigga. Learn how to filter that shit and control yourself.
They
Get in shape. Eat properly.
That MK Ultra, they hitting them with that MK Ultra. That shit is for real.
Y'all come from all the metal in your body.
You know who they got with that shit? They got your boy Young Pharaoh with that shit, man.
Oh yeah, of course. But it come from all the metal that they putting in the air, and then they give you the jab. So they already you like a walking computer. You know what I'm saying? And all they gotta do is if you go in these stores and all that, they already got magnets everywhere. They sending putting thoughts out there, negative thoughts, negative energy, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And along with the parasites in the food and the tap water, got more parasites than anything. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, it's war, nigga. It is a war all the way around. Let's prepare yourself.
You realize we in a war, nigga. So
you heard it.
You realize we in a war, nigga.
Better open up your third eye, nigga.
For real.
Stop flaunting. Stop worrying about looking at the next nigga, because niggas ain't got shit. Niggas ain't got nothing. And then you gonna take on that karma, and then that shit might hit your kids, might hit your family. Dumbass nigga.
It probably ain't gonna hit you. If it do hit you, hey. But if it don't, and you think you got away with it, man, you just done pass this shit down. You done pass this shit down to your kid, man. Come on now, man.
Man, come on, y'all. And y'all want to be like your oppressor, because that's what they doing with their kids. They don't give a fuck about their kids.
They sacrificing
like doing stupid shit.
Hey, they sacrificing each other. Kids killing the parents to inherit the money. God damn it, the parents sacrificing the kids so they can have eternal life. So they think. But anyway, look at here. This is some more shit that's going on. See, they don't show, the news don't show y'all everything that's going on. Like, everything that's going on over there at that war, they ain't showing you the real shit, what's going on. Or what shit
the real
going
citizens. The real citizens. They rebelling against these motherfuckers.
Hey, they're not showing you everything. Just like in the United States, they don't show you everything. Y'all want to speak out against me. Y'all think everybody love Obama. I talk shit about Obama because he didn't do shit for none of us. He ain't, man, come on, man.
No president.
For us, man. Nobody has done anything for us. Nobody. We got to get it
out. All races. Because they trick y'all dumb ass too. They trick y'all, white man, they trick you too. They trick your ass too.
Yeah, they do. But they at least them motherfuckers get something. They hold out to, all right, sign it. Don't sign it. Whatever.
Yeah, they give them a chance. Yeah, they give them a chance to sell your soul.
Whatever. Yep.
They don't give us nothing. They force us into shit.
But yeah, everybody, like, for example, I'm going to show this next video. Everybody think, everybody love Obama. All y'all love Obama, but people in his own city don't even love him. And I'll show you. Like this right here, y'all. Like what? Like what the fuck? Huh? What the fuck?
That's your that's your local politician. That's your local politician. That's all of them. All the bootleg ass niggas.
Obama, we calling on you and Michelle. You and Michelle, come and apologize to Chicago for doing this. You come and apologize to South Shore for moving all these people out, displacing all these people, having J.B. Brister steal our property. Obama, before you come and cut that ribbon on this ugly building, come and apologize to South Side of Chicago. To Chicago, period. Period. People stood behind you, thinking that you was gonna be about something, and you wasn't about nothing. You owe us an apology. We want an apology from Barack Obama.
We not leaving. We here all summer until he comes. We here all summer until he comes.
Yeah, nobody. Motherfucking time. Sick of
yeah, I don't blame him. I'm ready. We ready.
Hey,
they ready. And when you get the old school and the new school together, it's a wrap, nigga.
It's like this. What in this picture right here? What's the best protection? What's the best protection in this picture right here?
You already know what it is.
All right then. Moving on. Let's watch this.
Hey, yo, have you seen this?
This bro caught my last video and decided to call me ignorant because I asked the question why data centers can't just use reverse osmosis to create more water. Honey, if you only knew how right I actually was. You're playing checkers with the official science, and I'm out here trying to find the source code. Let's talk about these millions of gallons of water that they pull every single day. So the textbook answer is that they need it for what's called evaporative cooling to stop the scaling. And that's that crusty white mineral buildup that's going to choke the pipes. But why did they even need that much cooling? That's because the data centers aren't just storing your cloud photos. They're like the motherboards for this entire reality, and they're hardwired, like plugged in directly to the sun planet. Yeah, you heard me. That star in the sky, it's a high voltage reflective sphere. And when you plug a planetary power core into a localized grid, the heat isn't just hot, it's this molecular meltdown. And this is where the RO comes in. They're not just filtering water, they're performing a biological data wipe. So by forcing millions of gallons through those
creating a magnetic field.
Memory, if you will, and its minerals, because
Wiping the memory.
That
Look,
listen. Frequency and fry the hardware. They're creating no water. Now, that isn't about consuming a resource, I guess. It's about a multiplication loop. They take that purified empty liquid and cycle it at such a high velocity that it creates a thermal vacuum. So, I mean, you can call me ignorant if it helps you sleep. But while you're worrying about the plumbing, I'm watching them scrub the atoms of the planet just to keep this skylit from flickering. I really didn't trip over my words per se, I just bypassed your firewall. And if you guys really want to trip out, next time the sun is out, look at the sun, close your eyes, and tell me what you see.
After watching that video, I was in a hiatus.
We already know it's fake
research
sun.
everything I could on water and memory. And guess what ChatGPT told me? That there's no such thing as water holding memory at all. That it's unprovable, that it can't be tested.
That's a lie. Hey, look here.
Listen.
Hey, look.
Listen.
That's a damn lie.
Listen. Watch this. Watch it.
We all know by now that the human body is comprised of 40 to 60% water. And we, the human beings, have thoughts and emotions and everything else that exists in our own biofield. Everything that exists in our biofield is our consciousness. What are the odds that you go to convey all the information that was presented in that video, go to ChatGPT, only for ChatGPT to come back and say, it's all fringe, it's all conspiracy, it's all cap. There is no such thing as water holding memory.
Here is water memory. You can do this experiment yourself just by showing an image to water for around 30 seconds and then freezing the water, and you will see a reflection of the image you showed it. This proves that water holds memory. It has consciousness. This is because water can change its structure.
Everything is consciousness.
contact with. This is where things start to get a bit crazy with words. Placing the word schizophrenia in water and then freezing it shows this image of a double-faced person. This proves that water is intelligent and is reacting to vibrations of the words. Now that you understand this concept, what do you think happens when you are drinking Monster Energy? Or with cans which imprinted the word of death? You are drinking crystallized water with the imprinted vibration of death. You are filling 70% of your body, which is water, with the vibration of death. Tap water is mixed with sewage and all sorts of toxins inside of these facilities. Although they may remove some of the toxins from the water, the crystallized vibration of this water is still very bad. The ancients didn't just build beautiful water fountains for no reason. They had a purpose of moving the water so that it restructures the vibration of the water. Water is basically the internet of the earth. It has consciousness and intelligence.
This is just a little nudge within me, but my question is this. Since we are comprised mainly of water, and inside of the water, we are consciousness, and so is the water within us. And they're trying to strip the very memory out of water, which is basically the memory out of creation, which is us. The one.
Man, that ain't nothing but Shaitan trying to find a way to leave this bitch, and he can't go nowhere.
The memory from all consciousness of humanity.
He trapped!
In the sense where they're trying to create a clean hard drive wipe of our minds and everything that we know.
The water in his ass.
Our consciousness.
They are exactly.
Make us into a node for the machine, for the AI, stripping us of our individuality, of our own identity, and everything else that we are, for the sole purpose of uploading our consciousness.
What God made first? The waters, didn't it? Hey, look. Hey, look.
Thoughts and comments below.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, look. And you got to understand, that's why China's so much advanced than we are, because they got the AI centers, but they using a loop system. Remember, I always talk about the loop system. You go certain hundreds of feet under the ground, and you bring that water up, and they keep looping around. But these, they could do the same thing, but they don't want to spend the money to do it because they want to harvest all your memory. So they could be like a binary code. You know what I'm saying? That's the binary code is what set up the how you can see the computer and the information, the program, basically. You know what I'm saying? So they already know about. We talked about that. You go. Years ago, we talked about the memory, and because your blood, look at your blood. That's why they want your plasma, because they know eventually the right vibration gonna send the information in your blood or the water that's around you, because every morning you wake up, it's dew. It's water everywhere. When you wake up in the morning, that's why you see water all over your car and everything. You say that's condensation. That's the temperature's changing constantly. Okay, so they can't stop shit. They can control it, but you can't control ambient air. You can't measure it. So they guessing. So they'll be 100%. That's why these fucking AI bots and all that, they destroying shit because they can only go but so far. But they can never be perfect like a human because they can't decide whether it is right or wrong. They got to do whatever they programmed to do. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So we deal with people that's on the same frequency. You know what I'm saying? They only can do what they were trained to do. It was to cause chaos and all that, and that's our punishment. To make us remember, look, don't go this low no more. It's time to keep going back up. You know what I'm talking about?
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Yep. I feel that. I tell you, but man, we talked about that, like you said, a while ago.
Yeah, man, come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
There ain't nothing new under the sun, man. Ain't nothing new, man.
Hell no. But look here, check this out. Like our show Saturday, everybody hates Trump. Everybody flipping on Trump. Yep, everybody flipping on him. Your boy flipped on him now. Tucker Carlson, he gone. No, he flipped on him. Yes. Tucker, yep.
But but let's be real. Everybody turning on Trump because everybody done found out that we got double agents here, and we got a whole nother country basically telling us what to do over here. And everybody sees, so they feel like, oh,
go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is everybody seeing he getting blackmailed, and you can see it from a mile away. Right. He don't really want to do all this stuff. He getting sick. He get to the point where he getting sick because he just want to say fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But he want to protect his kids and his legacy. But when you working with, when you dealing with, and you at war, nigga, you got to let all that shit go and say fuck it. You know what I'm saying? What else you got to lose?
Yeah, you're at
Shit.
war. I never fear for yourself. Let's see what this motherfucker right here, Scott Jennings, had to say. Right here.
Other news. This caught my attention this weekend. The New York Times released a nearly 2-hour interview with Tucker Carlson. The interview was conducted by Lulu Garcia. Now, Lulu, I have to tell you, is my friend. You might know her from CNN. She spars with me often. We occasionally are on there, and often the 4 o'clock show with Casey Hunt. And we're not aligned politically. But I love Lulu. I think she is a good podcast interviewer. I think she's a great journalist. And she has a great sort of on-air demeanor, both on CNN and also in her series, The Interview, the New York Times. She gets Tucker to sit down for 2 hours and created, honestly, some just jaw-dropping stuff out of Tucker. And there's really no other way to put it. Tucker Carlson has turned against President Trump in the most personal way that you possibly can. He is mad at Trump over the war in Iran, he says. And on his show, if you've heard it, he has at times argued or at least questioned whether Donald Trump is the Antichrist. He has also said in this interview that he believes Donald Trump is a slave or a hostage to Netanyahu or Israel or the Jews or what have you. It seems to me it has to be one or the other. Are you a supernatural evil being, or are you some weak hostage or slave to other people? I don't think you could do both. I want you to listen to this exchange with Lulu. Here's the question. She calls Tucker out about this idea of wondering aloud about Trump being the Antichrist. Hear Tucker deny it. Cut number 8.
You've been talking on your show about whether Trump is the Antichrist.
I have not said that.
On your show, the day after Easter, you noted he did not put his hand on the Bible during his swearing-in ceremony as president. You said, and I'm quoting, maybe he didn't put his hand on the Bible because he affirmatively rejects what's inside that book. And then on a recent show, you went further saying, here's a leader who's mocking the gods of his ancestors, mocking the God of gods, and exalting himself above them. Could this be the Antichrist?
I actually did not say, could this be the Antichrist?
Okay, you heard Tucker deny it when presented with direct evidence by Lulu Garcia. He denied it in the room. And if you watch the video, by the way, he looks her dead in the eye and denies it. Well, let's see what happens next. Here is evidence that Lulu brought up and read to Tucker in its actual audio and video form. Cut number 9.
Here's a leader who's mocking the gods of his ancestors, mocking the God of gods, and exalting himself above them. Could this be the Antichrist? Well, who knows? I don't know where that comes from, but I know that those words never left my lips because I'm not sure I fully understand what the Antichrist is. If there's just one, I actually tried to understand it. I may have said something.
God almighty. What's going on in this world?
What you heard here was direct evidence from Tucker.
Oh, man.
He said, is it one? It's millions of y'all motherfuckers.
He said it didn't come out of his mouth. It did not come out of his mouth. But what come out of his mouth? So who was that then that it came out of the mouth?
Man, they
or who
war,
was it?
Man.
Was it down at the interview?
And you know what they're at war with? They're at war with having consciousness, or should they still stay in the beast mode? They're at war. They're at the crossroads now. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like some people want to keep that barbaric shit going on, but then some of them they evolve. They want to keep going, you know. But the ones that want to keep ruling shit because they in control by other beings or whoever,
right?
Who knows? Right. Whoever it is, they don't rock with humans. Obviously, they don't have no heart. If they want to kill thousands and thousands, and who said they killing that many people? This is another Wizard of Oz act in order to control the masses.
Oh, we got
something like
on that too.
That's why they had to come up with felonies.
On that too. I think. Yeah, I believe it's in there. I believe I got because I believe I got it in there because it's crazy. But we'll see. We'll get to it. Yeah, but I ran across a video that's very, very interesting. You know, America is easy to infiltrate. Republican Party, easy to infiltrate. Look at all the Democrats is in the Republican Party. Corrupting it.
All the scams.
You understand what I'm saying? Look at all the damn people that's in the black community that shouldn't even be in the black community at all. You understand what I'm saying? Whispering in the ear.
Yep. They done sold their soul, man.
Infiltration.
Still doing the same play every 4 years, every 2 years.
And
they
the
doing
people
the
you
same
can trust,
fucking play.
you trust, and the people you trust, and people can, you know what? People can tell anybody anything because they believe any motherfucking thing. I'm gonna show you this video. Quick. I got this video to show. We got a great show tonight, y'all. I'm telling you, it's fire. We just getting started. Boy, that's hey, boy, fire. Let's check it out.
Ilhan Omar was born on October 4th, 1982, in Mogadishu, Somalia, to father Nur Omar Mohammed and mother, this is a mouthful, Faduma Abukar Haji Hussein. Now, she claims to be the youngest of 7 children. Her mother was ethnic Bandiri, the descendants of Arab, Persian, and Indian traders who were historically a wealthy cosmopolitan merchant class. Now, sadly, she passed away when Ilhan was approximately 2 years old around 1984 under circumstances that have never been publicly reported. Ilhan was subsequently brought up by her father and grandfather, but has also spoken about her elder sisters and aunts stepping in to help fill her mother's absence. Nur Omar Mohammed, Ilhan's father, was an ethnic Somali from the Majertine clan and a Soviet-trained colonel in the Somali National Army under dictator Saeed Barre. Ilhan's grandfather, Abukar, was equally embedded in the same state apparatus, serving as director of Somalia's National Marine Transport under the same regime. Nur Omar Mohammed, Ilhan's father, was an ethnic Somali from the Majertine clan and a Soviet-trained colonel in the Somali National Army under dictator Saeed Barre. Ilhan's grandfather, Abukar, was equally embedded in that same state apparatus, serving as director of Somalia's National Marine Transport under the same regime. So this is not one man with a complicated past. This is a family with 2 generations of senior appointments inside of a brutal Soviet-aligned dictatorship. So when the Somali Civil War broke out in 1991, the family fled because both sides of Ilhan's heritage put the family in danger. The Benadiri were widely resented for their wealth and their prosperity, and her father and grandfather's positions drew a different kind of threat. The Barre regime had just collapsed, and its officers were now marked men. The militias and rival clans who filled the vacuum were hunting them. And to understand this, you got to know the context. You got to know how evil the Barre regime actually was. So Barre seized power in October of 1969, and he ruled Somalia as a dictator until January of 1991. He described his ideology as scientific socialism, a fusion of Marxism and Quranic interpretation, which is a combo that's starting to sound pretty familiar, isn't it? From the Islamic Republic in Iran to Mamdani's New York, it certainly gives you something to think about. By the 1980s, the regime's consolidation of power escalated into what's now recognized as the ISOC genocide, a campaign of mass killing, aerial bombardment, and forced displacement targeting civilians in northern Somalia. And estimates range from 50,000 to 200,000 people dead. The UN Development Program later concluded that Barre's regime had one of the worst human rights records in Africa. And Ilhan's father was a colonel in that army throughout those years, not a peripheral figure, a ranking officer in the command structure of a militarily active regime carrying out genocide. So human rights investigators and Somali diaspora researchers have argued that his rank and his position in the command chain during those specific years raised serious questions about his involvement. Eyewitness accounts documented in advocacy reports describe mass executions by firing squad carried out by officers at exactly his level. And this is where the record first begins to contradict itself. When Nur Omar Mohammed, her father, applied for asylum in the United States in 1995, he presented himself publicly as a teacher trainer, a civilian educator. Now, that's the description that appeared in his obituary. That's how his daughter described him in her memoir. And that, critics allege, is how he characterized himself to immigration authorities while omitting that he was a highly decorated military officer who'd served at the operational level of a genocidal regime. This guy claimed to be fleeing the Barr regime. He was the Barr regime. So critics don't characterize him as a refugee. They characterize him as a toppled operative who fled not oppression, but consequence. A man escaping retribution for the government he had served, not persecution by it. Now, no federal agency has ever formally examined that claim, and the asylum application remains a sealed DHS record. Omar Mohammed died of COVID-19 in 2020. So whatever falsehoods existed with regard to what he told immigration authorities may have died with him unless those records get unsealed.
And another thing I want to speak upon that, man. A lot of these nations that, like the Somalians and all that, they some inbreeding people, man. They inbreed like a champ. That's why most of them look alike. Okay? So they going against God anyway. You feel what I'm saying? They going against nature anyway.
She married her brother.
You feel what I'm saying?
She
Yeah.
married her brother.
So a lot of them communities, like all them communities over there, they do a lot of inbreeding, man. And y'all got to realize that. So they already know. That's why they treat each other like that, man. They mental health patients, man. They fucking animals, some of them, because after a while you thin the blood out, you become animalistic. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're not a thinker no more. Hey, I'm just telling the truth, man. It's just it is what it is. And that's why we get attacked, because that's not part of our culture. A lot of us that's why they forced us into that culture through slavery and all that. And then you had the Willie Lynch shit going on, and you had the light skin against the dark skin, and then you had communities that wanted to keep their community lighter, so they start messing with their cousins and shit. All that trickled down from that community. We didn't practice those kind of fucking those arts or whatever you want to call it. Those the way of survival. You know, the animals do that. Fucking cats and dogs and shit. And you see what happened when they inbreed. They get crazier and crazier.
They retarded.
Yeah. So that's what we dealing with. We dealing with a bunch of retarded ass motherfuckers, and they got to stay around to create.
And not only that, man. You know, I got some shit on a couple slides now on to go on that.
Look, they ain't want to see. As soon as I say that, now they ain't want to mess up. Soon as I say that, everything want to start acting up. Look at it. Now my joint act like he want to go off.
Oh, okay. You good. You good.
Woo, you good, man.
Okay. Damn. Let's see. Moving on. Let's see. Tick, can you see that? Hold on. Oh, the shit's slow. It's getting slow. You see that? The Music Man Sports Report. Yeah. Might as well go on. All right. There it is right there. A little bit about the sports and stuff right now going on right now. You got the NBA going on. Who you think gonna win, bro? Who you think gonna win it? Right now, Detroit is leading Cleveland 93-84 in the fourth quarter. 8 minutes to go. 93-84. 8 minutes to go. I think Detroit gonna win this game. I think they'll win this game. The Music Man Sports Report. But I got a little sports thing.
You mean the series or what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You mean the whole series or just the
that series, the Cleveland Detroit series.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Cleveland pull that up. To be honest with you, I think Cleveland gonna pull it out in the East. Yeah, I think they're gonna beat the Knicks, and I think
you think Cleveland gonna win the East. Okay, Cleveland win the East, and who you think coming out the West? OKC. Can't nobody beat OKC.
No.
You see Minnesota beat motherfucking treated him like a little boy.
Well, that's Edwards, man. Come on, where he from? He from the Southeast, baby. We don't care nothing about your height and your status. We don't care nothing about that shit.
Him like a little boy. Let's see what old Barkley right here got to say. Look,
well, I mean, wouldn't you treat him like a little boy? He ain't but pounds, and the man almost 8 feet tall. I'll be slinging his ass around too. Get your long ass up out the way. You gotta be a man.
I just be pushing.
Put some weight on
him down. Just push him down. Push him. That's a foul.
Yeah, he ain't got no hips, man. What them girls tell you? You ain't got no hips, boy. You ain't know what you doing. You got to know how to turn. You got to have some hips, boy. Goddamn shit.
Let's see what Charles Barkley talking about right here. Let's see what this talking about.
Wonderful. I want to expand and deepen white privilege. We are living at a time in which white people are losing social dominance day by day.
You're afraid of being marginalized, right? Welcome to what it feels like to be black.
You don't think white folks still dominating the world?
We do dominate the world to an extent. Look at the boards of directors of most corporations, tons of white people and Jews. Yes. But every day we hear, oh, isn't this great? There's more diversity in this corporation. Don't we need more people of color in films and movies? Isn't this wonderful? What is the trajectory? Where is the arrow pointing? The arrow is pointing away from white power. In my lifetime, what's going to probably happen is that I am going to become a minority in the United States. But what do I want for my great-grandchildren? I do want them to live in a white society, a European empire.
You don't consider yourself a racist?
I would never say something like, I don't like black people. I mean, that's not what I'm about.
But you don't want me in your neighborhood.
Right. I mean, I think the country is fragmenting because at the end of the day, racial differences cannot fundamentally be breached, ever.
What?
I wish we had that whole conversation.
Yeah, and that's an old video from 2017. But hey, you know what? At this point, I don't have no problem with him saying that. We need to do that in order to resurrect our community back. We do need to separate. So if y'all gonna bring y'all bringing a lot of shit we don't even do around us, and a lot of us picking up y'all characteristics. We don't get down like with a lot of shit. So if we need to separate and then come together and handle business, that's fine. But as far as socializing and taking on your culture, hey man, you feel like y'all, hey, but we didn't have nothing to do with that. Y'all really doing it to yourself because your energy is your frequency. This the energy you putting out. You making your race smaller and more minute because, hey, your actions is reflecting throughout nature and throughout the universe. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't the physical body ain't nothing but an illusion anyway. It's all spirituality. You are what you think. And if you thinking negativity and you looking down on somebody forever, you create your own demise.
Right. Shit, I might as well just turn it off because you making a good point right there. Keep talking, man, for real. Break that shit down.
No, I'm just saying. I read a book. I read a book about the caveman and how he so-called evolved, but he kept the same characteristics. You know what I'm saying? And that it's just the hunter and gatherer mind state. And like you can't get enough because you heard what he said. He want a white empire, but empires we always had empires, but empires fell because they wanted to expand beyond their reach. They wanted, and so they had to take on other cultures in order to bring your culture along, so your culture will dominate their culture. But at the same time, they hating on you, and after a while, you spread yourself out like mayonnaise. You don't have no empire no more. And that's what's going on with his. They done expanded throughout the world, and now nobody don't like him because all they present is negativity. They present the problem, and then they say, oh, we got the solution. After a while, people gonna be, oh man, oh hell no. And this don't go just for white community. This is why our community is out of whack, because we didn't practice none of this. And that's why we trying to get back to that, okay? Because we were together. After slavery, we were stuck together. And we built our communities, and y'all didn't have shit going on like that, so y'all came to destroy it, and because we showed y'all the way. Then y'all took the blueprint for us and said, oh, we've been doing this. No, the hell you haven't. You haven't. Everything you got, you stole. Okay?
Everything.
Simple as that.
Everything. And this right here is a case right here of stolen legacy. What they try to do to this man right here. I looked at this thing and like, well, I would be damned. Check this shit out. FBI found what Michael Jackson hid in Neverland. You're not gonna believe it.
Are there any secret rooms that we can't see? Okay.
That's the only.
Do you know where the other ones are? The secret rooms?
Secret rooms?
Yeah, behind a wall or something like that.
For decades, the world was told who Michael Jackson was, a star turned scandal.
I did find underwears that were men's briefs in the walk-in closet.
A genius turned monster. Every headline, every broadcast, every accusation built the same image. But when the FBI uncovered a secret vault hidden inside Neverland, what they found inside began to tell a very different story, one that could change how the world sees him forever. The trap that was set. In 1993, Michael Jackson was accused of taking advantage of a 13-year-old boy named Jordan Chandler. The shock was immediate. For decades, he had been known as a prodigy who gave back through music, charity, and compassion. Overnight, that image shattered. Police raided his Los Angeles home, seizing personal belongings and photographing every room while journalists gathered outside his gates. The investigation was meant to be confidential, but it quickly became a global spectacle. According to later reports, as the media frenzy grew and the case overwhelmed local authorities, the FBI quietly joined in. Officially, the FBI said they were only there to oversee the case, to make sure it followed procedure, but leaked documents suggested it was driven by pressure, not evidence. Broadcasters were earning record-breaking ratings, advertisers were profiting from the coverage, and entertainment executives were watching one of their biggest assets being dismantled on live television. At the same time, Michael was doing something that few artists had ever done. Through a series of business negotiations, he had acquired half of Sony's publishing catalog, the same catalog that included songs by the Beatles and Elvis Presley. It was a historic shift in control. For the first time, an artist wasn't just performing the music, he owned it. Insiders later claimed that this move disrupted a system built on dependency, where artists were meant to create, not control. To the people who had long profited from his image and work, Michael had crossed an invisible line. He had stopped being a performer and had become a businessman with leverage worth billions. Not long after, the press turned. Publications that once called him revolutionary began labeling him eccentric. Late-night hosts mocked him nightly, and tabloid headlines became more outrageous each week. Interviews were edited to make him sound unstable, and rumors replaced facts entirely. Former employees came forward with paid confessions, and public sympathy began to fade. According to reports, some journalists later admitted that stories about Michael guaranteed higher ratings than any other topic in entertainment. What began as an accusation had turned into an industry of its own, one that thrived on his humiliation. Accounts from his inner circle claimed that Michael was being tracked. They said leaks about his private life and finances reached news outlets within hours of meetings or phone calls.
And the same shit Trump going through.
Investigators were sharing details directly with reporters. None of it could be proven, but Michael saw the pattern. Every major success he celebrated was followed by a headline meant to bury it. He started to believe that he was being hunted in plain sight, not just by accusers, but by a network of people determined to keep him under control. That belief became a grim reality in November 2003. 70 armed officers surrounded Neverland Ranch, Michael's vast California estate, the one place he said made him feel truly happy. Helicopters circled above. Reporters gathered at the gates before the warrant was even approved. Witnesses said the atmosphere was electric, a mix of tension, curiosity, and quiet excitement. The officers' expressions were caught between professionalism and performance. Some moved with purpose, while others whispered to one another, grinning as if part of a show. According to later reports, audio recovered from the scene captured an officer saying, "Make sure this looks good for the feed." Another voice replied, "They're already live." Inside the house, drawers were overturned, cabinets emptied, and cameras followed every movement. The air was thick with adrenaline. Some officers seemed genuinely eager, convinced they would find proof. Others looked almost uncertain, aware that nothing truly incriminating was appearing. But that didn't stop them. They continued searching, driven more by the spectacle than the warrant. When the raid ended, they had nothing. No evidence, no weapon, no crime. But by then, it no longer mattered. The image of his home being violated had already become global news. What none of them realized that day was that this wouldn't be the last time investigators entered those gates. Years later, after Michael's death, they would search the property again. And this time, what they uncovered inside would be far more gripping than anything they ever expected to find. Watching from a distance, Michael understood what had just happened. The law had been replaced by theater. His life was not being investigated. It was being broadcast. That night, the trust he still had in justice finally broke. He realized that his innocence could never survive the way his story was being told. From that point, his goal was no longer to defend himself publicly. It was to preserve his truth privately, in something that could not be edited, erased, or manipulated. That realization marked the beginning of what would one day become his greatest act of self-preservation: building the vault.
And you know what? It said, like I said, Puffy went through that. That's why he abused people, abuse other people the same way. And our community do the same thing. They blackmail people. They want to get in your camera, look at everything you do. They want to document everything you do. You email. It's the same shit. It's the same. And that's what I'm saying. We are never evolved because our community is still doing that same shit. So what the hell you gonna talk about the fucking the white man is and you doing it right in your own community? It ain't no need talking about them when you can't get your own household straight. So this is what I'm saying. Right. That's why Michael Jackson, he went through it. And I said that's why I can see what Trump going through. But he got to get some fucking guts and just go somewhere on the island, go in a vault somewhere and take that shit and tell on every motherfucking body. I don't give a damn if it's your family. Sit there and tell on everybody, man.
Everybody talking about why you like Trump? Why you like? I just want him to disrupt. He's the only president that's gonna be in there that can do this. Disrupt the system. I'm telling you, he can disrupt it just by draining it, telling it on everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he had the crossroads, man. He had the crossroads. He don't know whether he should, because he thinking about life, but he don't know that he destined for this job. If you gonna die, motherfucker, you had to die. This your time to die, bitch.
And your motherfucking your name will live forever. Take one for the team. Hell yeah.
I'll be in there. I'll be that nigga right there. Yeah, them over there. And they setting y'all up. Boom.
Yep. Damn. Look at this right here. Check this fact out right here. This wicked fact. This how they do drug-free America. This how they create drug addicts. From 0 to 4 years old, you're on amoxicillin. Then from 4 to 12, they put you on Ritalin. God damn it. From 12 to 18, you appetite suppressant. Look how schizophrenic that mug look. Look at him. Appetite suppressant. Look how schizophrenic he look. 18 to 24. That's college year. You on no dose. There, look.
And
24 to 38. Prozac. Damn, 38 to 65 Zyrtex. And 65 on up. Everything else. Hell yeah. That's how they get us, man. That's how they get us. Crooked motherfuckers. Motherfuckers. I'm going to show you what else these crooked motherfuckers are keeping cures from us like this. Look at this shit.
Yeah.
I've had no chemotherapy. I've had no radiation. I chose Dr. Brzezinski instead after a lot of research.
And that's why all your doctors and your scientists are all of them getting killed or they're getting kidnapped.
They ain't doctors, they quacks. They going by that Rockefeller, Rothschild system.
Yeah.
After all these years, just one of them got cured. Look, other medications occurring in final approval. Two others. Look at that. Showed, look.
And all of the diseases got patents on them, man.
Yeah. Look.
Attacking your nervous system. Parasites.
There it is. Look at that. Keep moving on because we got a good show tonight, man. I'm gonna got a lot of exciting shit to show you. I want y'all to see this quick video right here. Okay? This quick video right here, Elon Musk. Well, we just talked about Big Hub. We just talked about it, man. We just talked about the same shit. If the robots gonna control the world, then we should be able to live free, right? They should do the work for us. Listen to this shit.
I think by if you say like 2040, probably there are more humanoid robots than there are people.
So on the order of 10
I'd
billion.
say,
Yeah.
yes.
And your price point on these humanoid robots?
Yeah, the price point will be, I think, quite low. Probably $25,000 for a robot that can do anything.
$20,000 to $25,000 for a robot that can do anything. You hear that?
Oh yeah.
20 to 25.
Oh, yeah.
You can do this with this motherfucker, and he gonna have it like that, cause it's gonna download the whole internet.
Their plan is 2030 for their plan. Their plan gonna fail. I say by 2030, none of us won't be working because we're gonna be millionaires anyway. The way things set up. I don't see. Yeah, they should be. The parasites should be gone off the planet. Anybody that's negative, we going into the galactic stage. This is already other beings here. These motherfuckers is the ones holding up the line because they know they stuck here. We represent evolution. Okay, so we been trapped across the galaxy and all that. These people just can't leave. They trapped here. Okay, so they the ones that's so-called fallen angels because their body ain't set up to go because how they mind state. That's what I'm saying. They living in triple stage darkness. And even though we come from triple stage darkness, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying they're living in the negative part of it.
Exactly. That's crazy. Let me see. Hold on. What else I got? Oh yeah, I got something else for your ass too. Next little clip right here I have right here. Hold on, here it is right here. All right, there it is right there. Trump playing bully.
Yeah.
U.S. forces sink 6 Iranian small boats as Trump warned regime will be blown off the face of the earth. Trump bullying them, man, then killed those little small boats. He ain't get them big boats. He got the little small boats and knocked 6 of them off.
They ain't doing no playing, man. They ain't want to do nothing.
They playing war games.
Yeah, that's all they doing. And they together, man. Like I said, they just trying to distract us, man. Because what's going on in the skies. That's what they trying to distract us. There's a lot of shit going on. And there's a war going on up in the sky. They don't want us to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was trying to show you in that last video we couldn't show Saturday.
We see it.
We see all them lights up there, man. They warring with somebody.
Yes, that's crazy. That's crazy. Electricity ain't gonna do it like that. All right, let's watch this video right quick. Check this out right here. See, listen. Remember I told you. Hold on. Let me see. Before we watch this video, I gotta say this right here. Remember we were talking, and I said that the United States. I said they can't let Iran win this right here. They can't. If they do, the dollar is over. If they allow that,
and they playing. And they
The
playing
dollar
for 2030.
is over. The dollar is over.
Yeah.
The dollar would be over with. You remember I said that a while back? Check this
Yeah,
out
yeah.
right. I ran across this video right here today. Well, not today, but recently, this week. Look at this.
He who controls the weather controls the world. For decades, conspiracy theorists have claimed that the U.S. government and others around the world were attempting to control the weather as a form of warfare. Well, tonight, that conspiracy is a fact. We're going to show you the documents that prove it. But even more shocking, the war in Iran may have proved that it isn't just a thing of the past. It's happening right now. In fact, Iran is an incredible example. Videos have poured into the newsroom showing heavy rainfall over areas across Iran. And this has been going on now for weeks. In some places, water is rushing through the streets. In other
That's
regions,
why we ain't getting no rain.
Rainfall, even snowfall.
Hey, they practiced
These are
on us.
places that
Remember
for
with
over
all
a
that
decade
rain
have
and
been
shit.
Yeah.
The whoop for
drought.
them right
That
there.
drought so severe
So they can
for the last
master it
few
on them.
years that it was thought that it could cause the Iranian regime to collapse.
Look.
The situation was desperate. But now, parts of Iran are seeing more rain than they have seen in over 60 years. So what changed? Honestly, a war with the United States. A war in which Iran targeted and destroyed radar systems across the region, including systems that are now believed to be connected to weather modification operations. See, before anyone jumps to any conclusions, calm down. Let's slow it down. Let's walk through what we actually know, because there's fact, there's history, and then there's speculation. Let's talk about the facts. Iran has been in a drought for years, as I mentioned, a really bad one. In recent years, water shortages have hit cities and daily life. Right? This is not debatable.
Hey, pause it right
like
there,
many
man.
actively
Pause it right
trying
there.
to solve the problem.
Pause it right there. Hey, pause right there, bro.
Yeah, I did.
See, they're not telling y'all that these motherfuckers, the British Empire built the dam. They've been fighting these motherfuckers almost 100 years, man. They built the dam over there, and that's what stopped their water supply. Okay? When the USA start bombing they shit, that's when all the water start coming back. So a lot of that just not hot. That's the condensation from all the water being let go. You feel what I'm saying? Because the ground's so hot, it's gonna evaporate back up to the sky and come back down. They fuck with people ecosystem and shit, man. That's what I'm telling you. These people ain't doing this by their motherfucking self, man. It's other dark beings that's helping these folk. Okay? Because they don't have
that.
they get blackmailed too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let's go. Yep. Exactly.
My bad, man.
Oh, you good. Let's go.
I ain't want to mess that video up.
No, we got it.
So how do you do that? Well, here's where people get confused. Cloud seeding, right? It's not a conspiracy. It's very real and documented. The practice has been used for decades. In fact, countries like the United Arab Emirates have invested heavily in cloud seeding because they don't have natural water resources. They rely on desalination and supplement it by seeding clouds to increase rainfall. It's not just the UAE, by the way. Saudi Arabia, they do the same thing. You can see footage right now of rainfall there. Entire villages, in fact, have even been wiped out. So the idea that humans can influence weather, that part's not up for debate, right? That's old news at this point. The real question is how much and to what effect, and even to the point of it being used as a weapon of war. So let's add another layer to all of this, staying with the facts. Back in 2012, former Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad made a claim. At the time, it was laughed off. He said that Western countries were finding ways to block rain clouds from reaching Iran, that they were essentially manipulating weather patterns. It was as if the U.S. had found a way to sanction rainfall. Again, this is 14 years ago. Media laughed it off. It was a conspiracy theory.
Crazy.
Wrong. Nobody can control the weather.
Straight to hell. They're going straight to hell, boy.
Iran was in a multi-decades drought. Then the war breaks out. Reports claim that systems connected to weather tracking and weather monitoring and weather control, or even cloud seeding operations, were obliterated. In fact, every U.S. base around Iran was obliterated. And now, suddenly, record-setting rainfall and even snowfall. Maybe it's all just a coincidence, right? Maybe so. But take a look at this. Turns out the United States has a long history of considering using weather as a weapon against geopolitical opponents. This goes all the way back to 1965. The CIA conducted cloud seeding operations to extend the monsoon season in Vietnam, Cambodia.
Hey, pause right there, man. Pause right there one more time. See, this tying into your chemtrails as well. Okay, the new movie that's coming out on Amazon Prime. This tie into because see when you deal, you know, I'm an HVAC guy, so when you dealing with refrigerant, if they got an air conditioner that can produce different weather and different climates, you think they can't make a machine that fly in the air and do the same thing after they spray the chemicals in the air and they know how the different temperatures. All it is condensation. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? So it can come out hot, it can come out cold. But when it come out hot, it turn into rain. When it come out cold, it come out as snow. So this is what they've been doing. This is nothing new under the sun, man. We dealing with witchcraft and shit now. We call it witchcraft or warlocks. These people tapping into Mother Nature. So when you look at the movies like Harry Potter and all that, you deal with people with the wizards, and that's what Moses was supposed to be in the Bible. He had his staff. The staff was supposed to be electrical. You feel what I'm saying? So they letting you know this ain't nothing cloning and all, ain't nothing new under the sun, man. It's just these people, these people represent the synagogue of Satan. That means Satan living throughout their body to manifest his world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boy. These people something else, boy. These motherfuckers something else, boy. I tell you, boys. Them motherfuckers something else.
I laugh at them because you know you reap what you sow. So I'm gonna laugh because when that boomerang hit their ass, I don't give a damn. They trying to set it up so we can't take the blow. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, you know.
They say in the Bible in the last days they're gonna be wishing mountains just crumble on them and just kill them.
Yeah. And you already see signs of it. That's why the suicide rate up. That's why they got the divorce rate up. They're not making no babies. It's a reflection of how you put the energy out in the universe.
Come back to you. That's why I'm destined to do good. I have to do good because I'm not bullshitting. I can't.
I'm same way, but you know they blocking our shit.
No.
But that's why we still living though. That's why we still living because we don't put that energy out. So if we been living that lifestyle, it will be easy for them to knock us off. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. I be trying to tell them, boy. Look at here now. Shit. Hey, you can't be on all the sets now. Come on. Miss something. Let them miss you sometime. Let them miss you sometime.
Yeah, bring your value up. Bring your value up.
Yeah. For real. Damn. You just see it every day, boy. Yeah. Let me play this.
Destroyed northern Vietnamese supply lines during the Vietnam War. As President Lyndon Johnson once said, we said it at the beginning, he who controls the weather controls the world. 1965 all the way to 2026. As of today, right now, 30 U.S. states have passed or proposed bans on weather modification. Funny, huh? That means there is no doubt the technology exists, because if it didn't, it couldn't be banned. So, has a weather war been waged on Iran over the past several decades? A war to create drought conditions, destroy agriculture, potentially bring the nation to its knees. And if it was, Iran may have just broken free in a very unexpected way.
There it is. There it is. There it is, right there. Let's see. Yeah. Little jokey joke right here. I know it's been a little serious sometime, and I know just get up, stretch a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody beside you that you don't like, you know. Just look at this.
I said, do you wanna fight me? Do you wanna catch these hands? Bitch, I'll catch you in the streets. I'm with that beef. Bitch, I'll beat your ass.
Welcome to America.
Little lesson, man. Little lesson, History 101. You know what, man? Hey, your uncle, man. Damn, man. Your uncle, man. He gone, man. I don't know. He don't even just show no more, man. Damn, man.
Talking about Jerome?
Yeah, man. Your
Yeah,
uncle,
man.
man. Where you
Yeah.
at, man? Damn. Anyway,
He out there
damn, man.
making
He making
music, man.
TikTok
He said he ain't
videos
want
and
no
shit.
attention to me.
He making TikTok videos. There you go. I know he is. He get paid. All right, little history 101 thing right here. Um, you think a whole lot of shit was erased? Look what else was erased.
2 million people, gone, not dead, not emigrated, just removed from the records, as if they were never there, but they were there, and someone went to extraordinary lengths to make sure you'd never know about them. It was February 2019. I was in the National Archives Annex, in College Park, Maryland, doing research on 19th century immigration patterns. Tedious work. I'd requested census microfilm for Pennsylvania, 1890, expecting the usual. Families, occupations, ages. The reading room was quiet. That particular silence of places where people handle old things carefully. Fluorescent lights humming. The smell of old paper and machine oil from the microfilm readers. I threaded the film onto the reader, wound it forward, found Allegheny County, Pittsburgh District, started scanning the columns, and then I stopped. Under the remarks column, which is usually blank, or contains notes like cannot read or border, I saw something else. Height, 7 feet 8 in. I stared at it, rubbed my eyes. The notation was clear, handwritten in the same ink as the rest of the page, the same hand. Not a later edition, part of the original enumeration. One entry like that, you'd call it an anomaly. Someone with gigantism perhaps. Rare, but not impossible. But the next page had 3 more. 7 feet 4 in, 7'11" in, 8 feet 2 in. I kept going. The next street, more notations. 7 feet 5 in, 7 feet 6 in, 7 feet 9 in. Not in every entry. Maybe 1 in 15, 1 in 20, but consistent enough to be impossible to ignore. I went back to the beginning of the enumeration district, counted carefully. In a population of approximately 8,400 people in that single district, there were 412 height notations. All of them between 7 feet 2 inches and 8 feet 5. That's roughly 5% of the population. I sat back from the microfilm reader, thought about what that would mean. In a city district of 8,400 people, over 400 individuals measuring between 7 and 8.5 feet tall. The medical term for gigantism suggests it occurs in roughly 3-4 people per million. Pittsburgh in 1890 had a population of around 240,000. By those numbers, there should have been maybe 1 person with gigantism in the entire city, not 412 in a single enumeration district. I photographed every page. Then I requested the 1890 census for Philadelphia. Different state? No, different district in Pennsylvania. I needed to see if this was localized or widespread. Philadelphia's records showed the same pattern. Height notations scattered through the pages. 7 feet 7 in, 7'10" in, 8 feet 1. In the Northern Liberties District alone, 387 notations across a population of 9,200. I requested New York, Boston, Baltimore. The pattern held. In every major city in the northeastern United States, the 1890 census contained these height notations, thousands of them. Always in the same range. Always in roughly the same proportion, between 4 and 6% of the enumerated population. Then I requested the 1900 census. The height column was gone. Let me show you what I found in Chicago's records before they vanished. The 1889 Chicago City Directory, not the federal census, but the local directory compiled by private firms, contains something extraordinary. Under height notations for special census supplement, there's a section I nearly missed. 37 pages of names, addresses, and measurements. The directory is available at the Chicago History Museum. I visited in March 2019. The reading room overlooks Lincoln Park. Outside, it was snowing lightly. Inside, the air was dry and still. I requested the 1889 directory. The librarian brought it to me on a cart, already wearing gloves. Heavy one, she said. It was, bound in green buckram, spine reinforced with leather. When I opened it, the pages crackled slightly. That particular sound of paper that's been sitting undisturbed for over a century. I found the supplements section, and I started reading. Abrahamson, Nils, 247 W Division. St. Carpenter, height, 7 feet 6 in. Alexandrov, Dmitri, 89 South Halsted Street laborer, height, 7 feet 9 in. Berglund, Anders, 156 N. Clark St. Stonemason, height, 7 feet 8 in. Page after page, 37 pages, each page containing approximately 45 entries. That's over 1,600 individuals. And these weren't medical cases. These were working people, carpenters, stonemasons, laborers, factory workers. The occupations listed were ordinary, the heights were not. I photographed every page. Then I asked the librarian if the 1900 directory had a similar supplement. She checked the catalog, brought me the 1900 volume. No supplement, no height section. Nothing. Was there ever a notation about why it was removed? I asked. She checked the acquisition records, shook her head. No reason given. We have the 1889 with the supplement. Then we had 1891, 1892, 1894. No supplement in any of them. The 1890 directory is missing entirely from our collection. Lost during the 1938 reorganization, apparently. I made a note. Chicago directory 1890 missing. Then I started looking for the people. I took the first 10 names from the supplement, looked them up in the 1889 federal census.
You already know what it is. They had to wipe all that history out. They had to get rid of all that information. You know what I'm saying? Because they had to tie us back into that shit. Because we was a lot taller when we had more trees, more oxygen we could breathe, and because we had more control over our brains and shit, so we could grow taller and we could grow as tall as we want. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like I said, man, and all of the traces of it coming back, you see how these kids, they popping back up. So, I mean, it ain't nothing new under the sun. It's rotating. It's coming back.
Break that spell.
Yeah, it's the spell, man.
Thing, the History 101 had 2 parts to it. Like I was saying, second part of it right here, this right here, another history lesson.
Genocide. There was a paper genocide that occurred, and there was the officials in Virginia deliberately expunged the records. They destroyed the official records and most of the private records. I mean, I've got a statement that gets into the whole thing, but basically, a lot of Virginia's ruling elite claimed to be blood descendants of Pocahontas, and in their view, that meant that no one else in Virginia could make a claim that they were Native American, a descendant of Pocahontas, because to do so would mean that Virginia's ruling elite would have to be classified as all other non-whites were, which was, in quotes, and this was the law, the inferior Negroid race. This is what it was about. And with enormous hypocrisy, Virginia's ruling elite pushed policies, got them passed, and it culminated with the Racial Integrity Act of 1924.
People have actually written over the records. Where it was put in that they were Indian, and someone went in and wrote black over it. And you can actually see in censuses from time to time where they may have been Indian in the first 3 censuses, and then the last 6 of their life, they're considered black.
There was a paper genocide.
There it is. You realize we in a war, nigga. and they still doing it. And you see that, you see what the Supreme Court just voted on. We still in a paper genocide, man.
Right. Remember that right there, little Pick and Pay. Remember that? You remember that store?
Of course.
Throwback.
Of course.
Throwback.
That's definitely nostalgia.
I'm not even gonna show that video right there. Her. That'll get something started. Ain't this some shit? I want to show this video right here though. Ain't this some shit right here? But before I do, let me show you this right here. This go out to everybody. Be yourself. Spread positive vibes. Get lost in the music. Take dance breaks. Run around barefooted.
Stay grounded.
Whichever one you want. That's it. Hey, but ain't this some shit right here? Ain't this some shit?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since you bring it up, why don't we just start there? Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities.
Answer the freaking question.
I think, yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question is.
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics. Absolutely. So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
Can men get pregnant?
Answer the
I do
question,
take
you
care
damn
of
fool.
people that don't identify as women. That
Can men get pregnant?
again, as I'm saying,
Let me just remind you, you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So, can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I think.
science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes/no questions like this are a political tool. And
No, yes/no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence, and I'm asking you. You know, the United States Supreme Court just heard arguments yesterday at great length on this question. This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert, and you've been telling us that you follow, right, you're a doctor, and you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know, based on the science, can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of a lot.
I'm not. I'm trying to get, it's not complex. I'm trying to get to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity as a medical professional and as a scientist. Can men get pregnant?
I wouldn't even say nothing else. She don't want to answer the question.
Extraordinary. No, I'm not conflating male and female. They're two different things. There's biological men and there's biological women. And I want to know, can men get pregnant?
What you were talking about is biological.
You're not going to answer my question, it sounds like.
Biological males.
This isn't hard, doctor. Can men get pregnant? Yes or no?
I would be more than happy to have a conversation with you that is not coming from a place of trying to be polarized and push.
I'm not trying to be polarizing. I'm trying to ask. I think it is extraordinary that we are here in a hearing about science and about women. And for the record, it's women who get pregnant, not men. We are here about the safety of women and science that shows that this abortion drug causes adverse health events in 11% of cases. That's 22 times greater than the FDA label, another fact you haven't acknowledged, and yet you won't even acknowledge the basic reality that biological men don't get pregnant. There's a difference between biological men and biological women. I don't know how we can take you seriously and your claims to be a person of science if you won't level with this on this basic issue. I thought we were past all of this, frankly. I can't believe we're still here talking about this.
I am a person of science, and I'm also someone here who's here to represent the complex experiences of my patients, and I don't think polarized language or questions serve that goal. I don't think they serve the American people.
It is not polarizing to say that there is a scientific difference between men and women, and I want this to be clear and for the record. It is not polarizing to say that women are a biological reality and should be treated and protected as such. That is not polarizing, that is truth. It is also, by the way, the United States Constitution, which offers unique protections to women in a variety of circumstances as women. And your refusal to recognize women as women and men as men is deeply corrosive to science, to public trust, and yes, constitutional protections for women as women. And I think it's extraordinary that you would sit here and advance a political agenda that has been thoroughly discredited and rejected by the American people in this forum. And I'm glad we had this exchange because it is exceptionally clarifying. It is also in many ways quite depressing. I see that my time has nearly expired. I just want to thank the other witnesses for protecting women and children. Thank you for your valiant efforts. Thank you for following the science. And thank you, Mr. Chairman, for this hearing. Senator.
Oh
Crazy,
my God,
man.
this country is going to
That's
shit.
crazy, man. And we wonder why the youth are, man, it's program motherfuckers like that that's teaching the school kids. That's why motherfuckers pulling the kids out of school. They're getting damn, you know.
They ain't getting stimulated properly, man. So they ain't even feeding their spirit. They worry about making a robot. And somebody that lied to they damn pretty much. So you dealing with mental health and what you think will manifest, other mental health patients. So who you giving the Richard Craneman Award to, man?
Oh no, I told I got something to say, but I got
Oh, go ahead then.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, we pushing 2 out.
Yeah, that's good.
You talking about that's good? I bet so.
Some watchtowers got to be up. Yeah. Get them watch out. All right, everybody out there, y'all know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? You do it too. Stop sneaking. Go ahead. Put that thumbs up on Facebook. Like it and share it.
And look at the video, at least 10, 20 minutes, man. At least look at it that much.
We don't talk about Trump. We ain't no Trump supporters, man. We just want Trump to do the right thing. Hey, this is our first time with a president that hasn't been compromised already, been trained. This a wildcat right here, boy. We got to take advantage of it. We got to tame that hog. Yeah. Also on YouTube, you know what to do. Like it, subscribe, and hit that bell. Come on now. Go ahead. Do it. Yep. I got 2 videos. Well, this right here is the one from you, and then I got one that I want to talk about as well. I found the answer.
All right.
Help a lot of people out. But you remember you wanted to talk about that? Why do Democrats still insist life must be separate but equal for Black Americans?
Yeah, you see what's going on.
Yeah,
I didn't even look at the video. I was just looking at the title.
I don't know this video. It's to this right here.
Well,
I didn't.
Taxpayer funds. Abdul Abu Bakr Ali, a Somali national, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud after exploiting a federally funded child nutrition program during the COVID-19 pandemic, one of the largest fraud schemes in U.S. history. Prosecutors say Ali created a shell nonprofit, Youth Investors Lab, and falsely claimed to serve meals to thousands of children. In reality, no meals were provided. Instead, he and his co-conspirators submitted fake invoices and reports collecting millions in reimbursements. Federal guidelines recommended a sentence of 30 to 37 months, and prosecutors pushed for about 2.5 years. But U.S. District Judge Nancy Brossell sentenced Ali to just 1 year and 1 day, citing factors including his early cooperation with investigators. Brossell has previously spoken about addressing disparities in the justice system and the need to consider alternatives
Nigga make
to
$1 billion and
incarceration.
get 10 months.
But you know, I also want to. I brought that video, that topic, because, like I said, their agenda. The Supreme Court just passed a law saying brown and Black people don't have no right to vote in this country. And so what they were telling you in 1965, we got tricked out of our citizenship because the U.S. The United States is a corporation. They don't even own the land, basically. Okay? And so we the original, of course we not gonna be citizens of a corporation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We the original citizens by nature. Okay? Well, this is our birthright to be the rulers of this planet. I mean, this United States of North America. These people are just they bay watchers. That's what I put in one of my songs. They sitting right by the bays. So all their stuff is on marine time. You know what I'm saying? They dealing with the sea.
Right.
They dealing with the sea. What you call it? Law. The sea law.
Marine
They're not
time.
dealing with
Marine
law. Yeah, marine law. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when you deal with that's why they police, the doctors and all that. They work for the corporation. Yeah.
Right.
And so when they push this stuff, that's why they gotta you have to agree. You didn't have to take the jab, but you agreed to take it because you wanted to keep getting your all your rights, so-called rights to be part of this corporation. All right. That's why all these other countries looking like, what y'all doing? What y'all doing? Because we the buffer. So they know we They been so they got in their history books that they were dealing with us. They were trading with us, and they remember that. We the ones that don't remember because these people that came over here and rewrote history and all that so they can write themselves. Like
remember they said knocked us in the head that had not what cut down the cherry tree.
Yeah. So in 1965, we was already signing our rights off. Our Boule leaders that were placed there, you know what I'm saying? They were placed there to be our so-called leaders. I don't think we collectively said these are our leaders because there ain't no way. Ain't nobody gonna sell off their land and their rights to be part of
Where they
something.
come from?
You know what I'm saying?
Where
We
they
sold our
motherfucker-
rights so all these other races can come over here. All these other people can come over here. They wasn't coming over here in the droves like that until we signed our rights over for them to come over here. So this is what I'm saying. Y'all don't know y'all history. That's what the fucking problem is. And that's why you
They
still
said it
get
was a new
bamboozled.
world. They said it was a new world when they got it, when they seen it over here. It's a new world.
They seen all the abundance. They were like, look at all this shit.
New world.
We used to it. We like, damn, nigga, we thought everybody had this. You know what I'm saying?
We done found the Garden of Eden.
And we still had wagons and these motherfuckers flying in airships and all kind of shit. We ain't, what the hell? We just coming out the woods and we were pagans and we were worshiping all kind of gods and trees and animals and shit. We ain't know how to wipe our ass or nothing. We had no culture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then we hook up with the Europeans. They had a little culture, but they didn't have the technology we had. You know what I'm saying? Even though we were still trading with them.
They stole it.
Yeah, they stole it.
We gave them everything. Gave them the game. That motherfucker
And that's
took
why
his
God
land
said he
with
had a chosen
him.
people. He had his chosen people.
Hey, they took it from us. God damn it, they took it
and say, "Yeah, I did
it and sold it back to our ass for 10 times the amount."
And now,
with half
now they done met their limit now, and so they got to put us back into captivity so they can be able to control the next download that we getting. And they ain't gonna be. It's too late, man. Shit, we know the plan now.
Them little heads get ready to take them out. They
already know it.
They
don't like
them. They the war. They at war with each other. They won't unite,
and they been fighting each other.
They won't never unite.
Never will. They can't stand them.
That's like the Hetfields and McCoys.
Yep. That's a perfect example. The redneck against the motherfucking Jew.
Shadow body.
There you go. Come on, now.
Here. I want to share something with y'all. This is a serious moment right here. I just realized something. It was downloaded to me. For real. It just clicked. Have you heard the saying that we were made in the image and the likeness of the Most High?
Oh yeah. Psalms 82 verse 6 through 8.
In Genesis they said it too. You are all God's children of the Most High God. It's all that man. Let us make man in our image, in our
image.
Because there's multiple gods. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Only one Most High. All right. And didn't you also hear that the Most High is everywhere?
Like L.
Then you say the Most High is everywhere.
Everything.
Everything is the Most High. I got something just gonna blow your mind. Hold on, let me get it over here. Blow your mind. Check this shit out. The Most High is everywhere, y'all, and He is living proof. Check this out. The birth of a sail. And look at that. The death of a star. It's in the universe, y'all.
And that's inside your body.
Look at that. Look at that. A tree. blood vessel.
Everything's symbolic. Everything's symbolic.
Lungs in the tree. Look at that. Look at that. Human eye. And look at that. That might be our eye. That's the Most High's eye.
Yeah, of course. I say that all the time.
Look.
We like a piece of lint on the God body.
Look. Just look.
That's how big this galaxy is, man. Worlds on worlds.
How else do shit make sense? How else can you not? Everything is the Most High. The Most High is everything. Look at that right there. Look at the same patterns. Patterns and frequencies, vibrations, y'all. It's the facts. It's the truth.
Spectrum,
look at this.
Baby.
Look at this right here. What if a galaxy is a fucking hurricane that's going around and fucking up everything?
Yep. I mean, you look at it.
Look at that shit.
Look at we giants to the insects, certain insects, man. I mean, you gotta look at it, man.
Just look. It's something, we ain't the biggest shit. Look, there was shit, dragons and shit before out here with dinosaurs. What they call dinosaurs. With number dragons, you dig what I'm saying?
Some of the calcified mountains and stuff. The people, giants that got burned up or got caught up in a mud flood,
Right. Look at the veins and look at the lightning. Look at the veins and look at the lightning. Look. Everything.
Everything's symbolic.
Y'all follow us. Don't follow them. Follow us. There it is. There it is.
Quality, baby.
Man, yeah, hey. Oh, yeah.
That's why the woman is the most precious thing in this material world. That's why they if you get a control of the woman, you rule this world. You rule this this dimension. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Tribal funk, baby. Tribal funk forever. No Richard Cranium Award this week. I'm gonna spare everybody.
Don't need one. Great show. Great show. Don't need them.
Hey, the shit is fucking Richard Cranium enough. The shit going on in this motherfucking world. Shit going on in this world. Richard Cranium enough. I tell you that, boy.
And this was a heavy show. If y'all don't get nothing out of this show, y'all some lame ducks. This was heavy. This is a little too heavy for most. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You don't see nobody on the internet
dropping facts all over the place. I'm telling you.
Damn right.
News
That's
you can use.
Deal with.
News you can use.
Y'all know what time it is. Positive energy always creates elevation. Positive energy always creates elevation. Y'all keep your heads up and watch your back, baby. Watch your back.
No doubt. Peace, my brothers, sisters. Love y'all. Peace, bro.
Peace. No doubt, man.